I'm Victor. Welcome to Keynote. So one of the most exciting things in customer success today is how to do more with less resources. And that might mean managing more customers per CSM or managing more revenue per team. But it also means making sure that each customer, regardless of size or how much they're paying you today, are successful with your products and services. And the first thing we need to do is to take to a scaled CS approach, where we combine all of your customers and all that data into one place. So for example, I have this handy dashboard here or table where I can see all of my customers in a certain segment thanks to a global filter that we set up. So I can easily see which customers are in fact healthy or happy with us, who is the CSM working on this account, how much they're paying us, and when was the last time we spoke with them, etc. But we also want to drive automated processes and engage with them through email sequences, for example, so that we can manage more accounts at scale. So that means perhaps managing hundreds or even thousands of accounts, all thanks to all these powerful automations and workflows that we've set up previously. So each of these customers are engaged with the right message at the right time to the right person. But then we also want to track how these sequences are performing, which accounts are actually successful through their onboarding, who might have some blockers that we can address and maybe even evoke a human touch where CSM needs to come in and understand, hey, what's going on and how can we help you? So that we can limit the time and investment that we're taking per CSM, but when the customer actually needs to, we can bring that in as a backup. And if I need, I can also bring in our CS methodology and our philosophy around this so I can refer back to it and understand what is it we actually want to achieve with our customers and how do we do these processes? Or I can help share this with maybe someone in my team, a new hire, whatever it might be. So while we launch this, we want to understand what are some of the signals that tell me if a customer is happy or not. So I can be proactive and understand right away when do I need to launch a sequence, or when can I tell Planhat to automatically and proactively launch maybe a playbook or a workflow or something that helps the customer move on and get past that threshold. So for example, which customers are in which health cohort, for example, who are happy NPS promoters, which accounts are using our products better or worse, for example. Or I can go over here to our bubble chart to understand what are some of the outliers where maybe this is an expansion opportunity that we haven't acted on yet. Or maybe this big red bubble here is a big potential churn risk that we need to act on, for example. So if we look at this customer journey, we want to ensure that all of our customers are successful with us, as I mentioned before, regardless of their size or their potential. So thanks to some time series data, we can start to see from the day one of their onboarding, how are they adopting to our products and services? And what are some of the thresholds that might trigger a notification or even launch a task or an entire playbook for someone in my team? Then we can easily understand how are these trends shifting, what are some of our success stories, and what are some of our potential failures that we can act on proactively. And if I need to, I can even hone in on and zero in on, for example, which end users are indeed happy with us. What are some of our end users that have agreed to be a case study or maybe even agreed to do a reference call, for example, so we can use that information and continue to be successful in other cohorts. And lastly, thanks to having a combined and a shared inbox, we can use this as a pooled customer success management tool so that a smaller team might manage many customers at once, thanks to bringing in all of your customer conversations, your correspondence into one place, like emails, tickets, chats, whatever it might be. So we never miss a beat with our customers. And perhaps for a manager, we can easily go in and say, here are all the open conversations that we have. Maybe there's some delayed tickets or even escalations that we need to act on. And by the way, all of this is powered thanks to some ready-to-go automations that we can use. Anything from simple notifications to Slack or maybe within Planhat, or even dynamically assign certain tasks to certain users at the right time. So as I mentioned, really happy to show this and super excited to see how you leverage this UI for scaled CS.